Have you ever felt like you're just pretending to be a writer? Waiting for someone to call you out on it, be like, "Yo, you ain't no writer," and then the imposter syndrome jumps in. Honestly, you're not alone. I deal with it, and I've been writing forever. Some of my friends in the industry, they deal with it, and of course, I know there are writers out there that are dealing with it. So today, I want to really talk about what makes us writers. Ignore the naysayers, okay? These are signs that will tell you, no matter what they say to you, you are a writer first and foremost. Um, so let's get right to it. Yeah. Let's just do it. Boom. Overcoming imposter syndrome. 5 signs you're a writer. Okay. Now, imposter syndrome is a familiar companion for many of us writers. I mean, like, it's definitely something that is just there. It's that nagging voice that's like, "You're not a real writer. Who are you to tell stories? But no matter how much experience we gain or how many words we put on the paper, doubt has a way of weaving itself into our minds. It can make us feel as if we're just pretending, like we're wearing a mask that could fall off at any moment, exposing us as frauds. Fun fact, that's the only reason I wear a beard, is to hide my face from the truth. But there but here's the truth, guys. You know, Feeling like an imposter is really part of the process. Even the greats deal with that kind of thing. There's a certain point where you're just like, maybe I'm fooling myself. Now, obviously, if you've been doing it for a long time, making money, bringing in the money in, you're getting the praise, the awards, the accolades. You might not have to deal with it as much, but I assure you, there's a certain point where it's like, maybe I'm done. Okay, Metallica. There's just a certain point where you're saying I should stop. Steven Seagal. So, the writing and the journey of writing and being a writer is very hard. So much so that many great writers have faced these same doubts, and they continue on, not because they were certain of their talent, but because they found value in the act of writing itself. Writing is who we are. And truthfully, whether they were told to stop writing and find a job, or it was their own inner dissuasion, no one could take away the fact that they are indeed writers. Now, I'm going to show you 5 signs that you are indeed a writer. And these are things that I'm sure you'll be like, "Oh my God, that is me." At least one of them. You don't need all 5. Okay? It's not like, "Oh, I had all 5s." If you have any of these 5, there are more, but I'm just doing 5 to make the video nice and tight. They will be like, "Hey, you're a writer." So I just want you to know you are a writer if these things happen. So let's do it. Do do do. 5 signs you're a writer. Sing me a song, you're a singer. Do me a wrong, you're the bringer of evil. Anyway, Black Sabbath DOR. All right. So number 1, writers write regularly, compulsively. One of the clearest signs that you are indeed a writer, even when doubt clouds your journey, is the simple fact that you write regularly. Okay. This doesn't mean you're a published author. It doesn't mean your novels have been published. It doesn't mean that you publish a novel every single year, or that you share everything you write to the world. This could be privately. It doesn't matter if it's there or not, if it's seen or hidden. Rather, writing regularly speaks to the inner compulsion, a need to put thoughts to paper, to express yourself through words. For many writers, this act is not about external validation or applause. No, instead, it's about fulfilling an inner need to create, to make sense of the world, or to explore ideas and emotions that can't be captured any other way. Now, you might not write words every day, but your mind is exploring worlds and watching lives unfold in your mind every day. You're an idea person with stories and living people roaming in your soul who all want to get out. It's those. You're seeing scenes play out. You're seeing characters make sense. You're hearing it. You're feeling it. You're absorbing it. You are a writer because you have these creative instincts inside you, compulsing to get out. And you see things in a way that other people don't because you are the writer. So whether you're jotting down ideas in a journal, typing out stuff long stories and drafts, or even pouring your heart into long social media posts, you're engaging in the core act of writing. Yeah, journaling is writing, believe it or not. You're allowing yourself the space to explore, experiment, and express without the pressure of an audience. This regular engagement with words is what connects you to the craft, and it's what underscores your identity as writer. So even when doubt creeps in, stop it, get away, and whispers that you're not really a writer, remember, if you're regularly drawn to the page or the screen, you're already on the journey. It's not the outcome, but the act itself that defines you. Two. They can't stop thinking in narratives. Imagine storytelling. Okay. Writers often see the world through a unique lens, one that transforms even the smallest details into stories. That's what my ex-girlfriend used to say. Hey, this tendency to think in narratives is a hallmark of the writer's mindset. If you find yourself imagining the backstory of a stranger on the subway or picturing how you describe a sunset in words, you're already constructing narratives. This constant layering of reality with imaged scenarios, characters, and potential plot twists is a natural, often involuntary habit of the rabbit, of the writer. Habit, rabbit, dyslexia, habit, rabbit, writers, not the hat habit. It's not that you constantly decide to turn every observation into a story. No, no, no. Rather, it's a reflex, a lens through which you experience life. Writers can't help but ask, what if? What if? And explore where that question leads. They're always on the lookout for connections, conflicts, and moments of transformation, often before they even realize it. The instinct to see the world as a series of unfolding events leading to a story is one of the clearest indicators of a writer's brain. All right. Now, even if you're not actively putting these narratives on paper, you're shaping and reimagining the world around you. This internal storytelling is a sign that you're already a writer at heart, drawing connections and uncovering meaning in every day, whether or not you label yourself as a writer. 3. You're drawn to learning about writing. Love for words and languages. That's why you're at this page, right? You like you like to learn about writing. You're like, I don't write, but I like learning about writing. But maybe I should write. Well, maybe you are writing. Who knows? But a passion for writing often includes a deep curiosity about the craft itself. Writers are naturally drawn to books on writing, storytelling, workshops, and videos that break down the art of narrative. This drive to understand and improve is a powerful sign of a writer's identity, even when self doubt lingers. It's like a painter who loves their colors. You need colors to create images, including black and white. Now, if you find yourself consuming content about writing techniques, analyzing how your favorite authors build their stories, or experimenting with new styles, you're engaging in a writer's journey of growth. For many writers, this dedication to learning isn't about reaching a specific level of mastery. Ooh, it's about a genuine love for the nuance of language and storytelling. Writers often seek to understand how words can be used to evoke emotions, convey complex ideas. Well, 2 plus 2 equals 8, and shape entire worlds. I'm crazy. More importantly, this constant drive to refine their craft, regardless of external validation, speaks volumes about their commitment. Who is there? Well, I tell you, the impulse to learn about writing, even when you're uncertain of your own abilities, shows a deep respect for the art and a desire to connect with it more fully. It's an essential aspect of being a writer, underscoring that your identity isn't based solely on what you produce, but also on your dedication to understanding the craft itself. 4. Let's do this. They feel compelled to express themselves through words. Sing it with me. Desire for expression and connection. This is the moment. This is the. All right. For many writers, writing is more than just a pastime. It's a means of processing the world and making sense of their own thoughts and feelings. There's an inherent need to translate experiences, emotions, and ideas into words, even if those words are never shared with anyone else. If you find yourself turning to writing when faced with life's challenges, or when you simply need to unravel your thoughts, you're engaging in one of the core practices of being a writer. Writing becomes a tool for self expression, a way to explore complex emotions or capture fleeting moments that might otherwise go examined. Ooh. This compulsion to express yourself through writing often speaks to a deeper desire for connection, whether that connection is with yourself or with others who fight one day to read your words. What? Huh. The need to write can be intensively personal. That's right. A perfect act that allows you to reflect and grow. It's a reminder that writing isn't always about sharing or seeking an audience. No, sometimes it's simply about fulfilling an internal need to communicate, to make sense of the intangible, and to find meaning in the world around you. This desire to express through the words of the English lexicon or other lexicons is a profound indicator of the writer within, driven by an innate compulse to create. That was not the sponsor break. 5. They're their own harshest critic. Yep. More importantly, if you are a writer, you're your own harshest critic. Critic. Writers are often deeply invested in the quality of their work. I am dealing with this right now, by the way. I am freaking out. I had to call some of my closest friends who are writers and be like, can I write? Am I good? I look at successful writers today or like people within the same genre, and I'm like, I don't write anything like these people. And they're like, bro, you can write. And I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yes, it's cinematic, it's lyrical, you're very good at the characters. You understand dialogue, which probably comes over from the screenwriting world. You're moving on this page. Everything you talk about, everything you care about is on the page. uh and also the big thing is I don't bog down with lots of exposition. I'm not a fan of exposition. It's always filtered through the experience of characters. This is I have, because I have the chronic depression, sometimes I go into these spirals where I'm like, why am I even trying? Why? But if you find yourself frequently questioning whether your writing is good enough or endlessly revising your work, it's likely because you care profoundly about what you're creating. This tendency towards self criticism is a common trait among the writers, stemming from a desire to meet a certain standard, even when it feels elusive. Being your own harshest critic can sometimes fuel feelings of inadequacy, leaving you doubting your abilities or wondering if you'll ever be good enough. But this constant striving is also a testament to your dedication to the craft. You're unwilling to settle for mediocrity because you recognize the potential in your work and want to push yourself to reach it. This self imposed challenge to improve is a hallmark of a true writer. While self criticism can sometimes chip away at confidence, it also reflects a commitment to growth. It shows that you're engaged with your writing on a level that goes beyond casual interest, striving to create something meaningful. So, despite the doubt it may create, this pursuit of quality is a clear indicator that you're not only a writer, but one who deeply cares about the impact of their words. There you go. Final thought, very short final thought. At the end of the day, if you want to be a writer, write. That's it. Writing makes you a writer. If you're starting out, don't worry about being good or even great at writing. Worry about writing. Get the words down on the page. Be a writer by writing and getting your thoughts on the screen, on the page. Use your little keyboard, whatever you got to do. Because like riding a bike, no one is good or bad when they first start. There's no real data to prove otherwise. It's about putting in the time and allowing yourself to grow through the process. If you've been riding a bike for 10 years and you're still falling on your face, you're not good at bike riding. But you need training wheels when you first get on a bike. You need someone holding the seat. Starting does not indicate if you're good or bad. You got to put some time into it. And after a while, you got to take accountability and recognize where you need work. But at the end of the day, you're just a writer. You are writing. Writing is easy. I mean, I do it with this. I write out stupid things that become lessons, and I read it out, and that's still writing. I'm not writing prose per se, where I'm dictating character motivations, but it's still a form of writing. Is writing. Now, is it good or bad? Well, that's something you have to worry about later on. But you're still a writer, and all writers are always growing and always getting better every day. Okay, but one day you'll be writing like someone who rides their bike with no hands, pulling off tricks you once thought impossible, like wheelies while eating a slice of pizza and holding your Diet Cherry Pepsi. I promise that was also not the sponsorship. I'm not sponsored. All right. Imposter syndrome. This is the end. Imposter syndrome can cloud your journey, making you feel like you don't belong in the world of writers. But those signs, the regular writing, the compulsion to express yourself, the narrative lens, the passion for learning, and yes, even the self-criticism are markers of a true writer's path. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone but yourself. Remember that writing is about exploration and growth, and every page you write brings you closer to the writer you aspire to. Okay? Embrace the journey, doubts and all. Because if you're willing to keep writing, you're already a writer in the truest sense. Okay. Next video in this series. That is not the next video in the series. Embracing rejection, how setbacks can fuel your writing journey. A little bite there. All right. What's one aspect of your writing journey that makes you feel like a writer? Even on days when doubt creeps in. Get away, go away. If you like what you've seen and you're like, this, I haven't subscribed yet. Why didn't I subscribe? Then please subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. And of course, thumbs up. That always helps. It's right next to the subscribe. You boop, boop, boop. Three, boop, 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 right? I don't know how I get through life. I'll be honest with you. Hey! Truth in action, peace and harmony, and as always, keep developing the right mindset. I'll see you next time. Bye.